Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Oh, I forgot that, like, on this screen, these things are swapped. That's weird, right? Why did I do that? That's weird, right? Why is it like that? I don't know. It just seems like a strange choice on my part. Okay, let me know if the music is too loud, not loud enough. If I'm too loud, not loud enough, you know. I know the answer. That I'm always quiet until I scream about something, so. Yeah, maybe that's why. It's because I'm not a VTuber right now and everything is flippy flopped. That makes sense, sure. Sure, why not? It's bothering me though, so I'm gonna go ahead and plop that guy up there and then plop this guy down here. Okay, great, good. Perfectamente. I love shelf fishing. What's up there? All kinds of shit. Dude, my kid and I, so last night, we had a big day yesterday. We went to visit a school that Clark might be swapping to, which was fun. And ran into one of her friends, and her friend's mom was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna go mini golfing after this. Do you want to come mini golfing? And we were like, of course, right? When you have a child in your life that's like in this age zone, it's a tightrope balance of how much can we do, because they can operate really well through a lot of different situations at this point, but how much can we do before we hit the wall, right? We hit the wall by accident yesterday. I think it would have been fine, except she got too excited during mini golf and ate shit at one point, and then it was like, I'm fed up now, I want to go home. I'm fed up now. It's done. I want to go home. I hate this. I hate you. I hate everything, actually. It's like, damn, that happens so quickly. But you know what? It is what it is. So my 4-year-old is telling everyone he wants a Dodger birthday. He loves watching you play games. Guys, I gotta stop cursing. So many of you have grown up with me and have kids just like me, and you're like, my child also watches you. Oh, the pressure. Roll the clip. Anyways, you know, this, that, and the other. 6-year-olds get overstimulated and everything goes to shit really quickly. Anyways, so on our way home, she was listening to music on Spotify Kids, which is a racket, by the way. I'll get into that in a second. We're on our way home, and she goes, what a long day. Like she's 50. What a long day. I was like, it was a long day. Did you have fun though? She was like, yeah, I had fun, but mommy, I don't want to do anything tomorrow. It's like, that's so fair. That sounds great to me. Let's not do anything tomorrow. She asked again at bedtime. At bedtime, she was like, mommy, can we please not do anything tomorrow? I was like, of course. Sounds great. So, that night, she was scrolling through Spotify Kids. Again, a racket. I'll get to it, okay? She was scrolling through Spotify Kids and stumbled onto a bunch of songs from the Disney Channel original movies Descendants. Descendants 1, 2, and 3. Bangers, by the way. All of the songs very good. But we had no context because we had never seen the movies. So this morning, I was like, whenever you're ready to come downstairs, I've got the first Descendants movie all queued up and ready to go. And she was like, Absolutely. So I had a fire going. I've kept this fire going all day long, by the way. Good job, me. Hasn't died once. Who is she? So we had the fire going. We had like 8 blankets on the couch, and we had Descendants going on the TV. Great. She's literally watching Descendants 3 right now. We have done the trifecta, okay? Those movies, very cute. Very cute. Really flawed. Really flawed if you try to look at it from the angle of just any. If you try to like overthink any of it, it doesn't work. The concept here, for any of you who have not seen these movies or know what they are, is Disney villains. This is like a once upon a time situation, okay? They all exist in the same universe. Disney villains et al. Have been put on an island so that they can't hurt anybody anymore. And a big bubble has been put around. There's a barrier, right? They're all trapped there. And the first one, the main 4 villains that they focus on is Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, the evil queen from Snow White, and Jafar. Okay. So, the idea is that the son of Belle and the Beast is about to become king. Why does he get to be king at like 15 years old? I don't know. Again, don't look at it too hard, okay? He's about to be crowned king, even though he's still in like fantasy high school, okay? And he's like, the first thing that I want to do as king is give the kids that are on Evil Island. It's called the Island of the Lost, but it might as well be called Evil Island. I'm going to give all of the kids that are on Evil Island, like an opportunity to do good things, essentially. So he's like, they've been in this like bubble with their evil parents. And I don't think that it's fair that they are also trapped there. Okay. So he's like, we've got all the good shit over here. We are literally like everything that you could ever want is here. And then we just shoved a bunch of people on an island and said, deal with it. Right. So, Batty Bay, they've been quarantined. Yeah. They're in evil quarantine, but with their children, and their children haven't done anything wrong, right? So he's like, I think we should pick 4 kids and have them come to fantasy high school. And give them like the same opportunities that all of us have. And because it's Disney, it's like, see if they'll become good. They're evil now, but see if they'll be good, right? So it's, again, the child of Cruella de Vil, the child of Maleficent, the child of the evil queen. They don't explain where these children come from. And the child of Jafar, okay? And they come to Good Guy Island instead of Evil Island. And realize that they don't need to be just like their parents, and that they can make their own choices, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So that's the concept. That's the concept. And they're fun for what they are. They're fun movies. It's hilarious. Like, watching it with a 6-year-old who does not question at all, like, who the other parents of any of these children are. Doesn't question it whatsoever. Is like, yeah, of course, every single Disney villain ever has had a child, a singular child. Of course they have. It's crazy. It's like, I'm the child of Ursula. Second movie, main bad guy, child of Ursula. And Clark was like, right. Obviously. It's great. Cruella's child does have a very cute arc. Cruella's kid has been told his whole life, his name is Carlos, he's been told his whole life that dogs are evil and will hurt you. And he comes to Good Guy Land, and he gets chased by a dog, and is so scared. And this other kid at the school is like, he's not going to do anything to you. He's literally just trying to play with you. And Carlos is like, that thing is going to try to kill me. My mom told me dogs are evil, right? They try to kill you. And this guy's like, no. It's a good dog. It's fine. And he gets like, becomes besties with a dog. It's very cute. Belle and the Beast have a baby. Yeah. And he is being crowned king. He also is a problem, this man. And I keep bringing it up to Clark, and she's like, Mommy. Again, if you think about what's going on in these movies too much, you ruin it for the 6-year-old in the room who's like, stop. Yeah. So, they're fun. Anyways, as promised, why is Spotify Kids a racket? Here we go. They only let you make a Spotify Kids account if you have a family account, which is more expensive than just a normal like duo account or like singular account, right? If you pay for Spotify. But I was like, my kid keeps trying to make playlists or find songs on my phone and accidentally winding up on songs that are not appropriate whatsoever. So I was like, Spotify Kids sounds good. Sounds like a good idea. Here's the issue. There are things that you expect from having any kind of music program that are not involved with Spotify Kids. Okay. So, you can have up to 5 child accounts on a family account, but you can't just like have a kid account on its own. Okay. You choose, do I want songs that have been vetted for kids up to 5 or vetted for kids up to 12? I said 12 because there's just some music that like she likes to listen to that I knew was not going to be in like the Coco Melons, right? So they don't let you make playlists. They have curated playlists, but they don't let you make your own playlist. You can like songs, and they go into like Clark's liked songs. But she immediately was like, how am I supposed to find specifically the songs that I like for bedtime versus the songs that I like for singing and dancing? I was like, that is a fantastic question. That's really stupid. That's really stupid. And I was like, maybe since I'm the grown-up, the owner of the family plan, maybe I can make a playlist and then share it to the kid account. Sure. No, you cannot have playlists. And if you've liked a song, it immediately downloads it onto the device. So it's like taking up space for no reason. It's so weird. It's like, here are all of your liked songs. You can listen to them offline. I'm like, that's great. I would love to be able to say like, these are the songs I want offline. Why? What? I hate it. I hate it, to be honest. I'm really upset about it because I don't know what a good alternative option is here. Because we both, Sam and I, use Spotify for pretty much all of our music stuff. And so I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know there was a Spotify Kids. That's great. Because currently I have a bunch of fucking weird playlists on my account that are like Clarky's dance jams, Clarky's sleep time, Clarky blah, 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 right? And I was like, it would be so great to just make those on her thing, and then she can just play whatever music she wants, and I'm not going to be worried that she's going to wind up on like a weird playlist called Dumb Motherfuckers, and I have to be like, no! You know? Which happens with normal Spotify. So I was excited about it, and then I was like, okay, how long has Spotify Kids been around? Maybe it hasn't been around that long. It's been around for plenty of time. And there are multiple... Sorry, I'm on a box now because I'm so annoyed about this. There are multiple things in like the Spotify forums where people are like, I have submitted a thing that has been signed by a bunch of people saying, please let us make playlists on the kids' accounts. And they've been up there for 4 years. 4 years. You can make a playlist on normal Spotify. Why is it so hard to add making playlists to Spotify Kids? Huh? What's going on here? It makes me mad. Anyways, so I might just downgrade again because what's the point? What's the point? They were like, do you want to try Spotify Family for free for 1 month? I was like, sure, I would love to. And I'm going to bail on it within a week because I'm so annoyed. You can add a playlist from your account to hers in the settings. I literally looked up if that was a possibility and everybody said no. How do I do that? Look, if you're right and I am able to do that, that's great. It's still not exactly what I want, but if a playlist can exist for her to access with Spotify Kids, great. YouTube Kids is such a fucking annoying. YouTube Kids is only like, they give you a lot of options for like you can, I'm trying to think of how to put this. So they give you lots of parental control actually with YouTube Kids. It's just that they make it so annoying that you don't want to bother. I have bothered because there's a bunch of shit on YouTube Kids that I don't want my kid just brain rotting to, right? So I specifically pick either individual videos or channels that we vetted and approve them on her account, and that's all that she can watch, right? But they make it so annoying. They make it so annoying. My sister plays their 3-year-old heavy metal. Let's see how that turns out. Oh, my kids listen to heavy metal. My kids listen to all sorts of shit. But again, there's a difference between like explicit versions of music genres and songs that are just like, you know, aesthetically a genre. Does that make sense? Like, my kid recently discovered Twisted Sister. Huge fan. She's a huge fan. There's a Finnish band that makes metal for children. It's great. They're dressed as dinosaurs. Give me the name. Give me the name. Heavisaurus? Stop. Oh my god. Oh my god. Incredible. Yeah. In April, she'll be 7. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. She was like, Mommy, can I have a phone when I'm able to drive? I was like, Jesus, I hope so. God, yeah, definitely. Having a kid must be wild. Hi, Octo. I was going to send you a message this morning, and then I didn't. What a goofball. I probably got drop kicked by a dog or something. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Ugh. Doing okay. I think I saw a game and I thought I want to play that with Octo, but I can't remember. I can't remember the details. I'm sure I'll stumble upon them again if I stumbled upon them this morning. Oh my God. I remember now. I was talking with Summer about figuring out a way to, have you seen, I'm so sorry. Have you seen, the trend where people do hear me out cakes? Where they'll sit in a room with their friend and they'll have a cake and then they'll have printed out a bunch of pictures of like hear me outs, and then they slowly one by one like stick them into the cake, and both people are horrified by each other. Anyway, I was saying to Summer, I'm trying to figure out how to do a digital version of a hear me out cake. And then I want to get a couple of my unhinged friends together and be like, let's do a hear me out cake together. Do we get cake at the end? I think it would be best if we each individually bought a small cake for ourselves to eat at the end, yeah. I haven't seen this, but I like it. I will send you an example. Yeah, I was wondering maybe a tabletop sim thing, or I don't know, one of those programs where you can all like draw on top of each other, you know, like you can all draw on the same canvas. Maybe we could like port in a picture of a cake. I don't know. Summer was like, it might be easier to just do hear me out PowerPoint presentations for each other. But I was like, but it's so funny. The aspect of the hear me out cake is so funny because if everybody's like really unhinged about it and they each doing one at a time, you start to see patterns with like, okay, we're back around to this person, so it's probably gonna be fucking Pyramid Head next, right? Like it's like that. It's like that sort of a vibe of like you're just one at a time, like going, yeah, I see it, or no, bro, no, what? It's very good. No, I have no idea what demos are happening during the Next Fest. I haven't looked at the forum yet. I haven't thought about it whatsoever, but it starts tomorrow, so I'm excited. I didn't get to do it during Geekenders. Did I do it on stream already? Have I updated you guys on where we're at with The Hobbit? Did I tell you guys that we got to Gollum? I can't remember. I definitely didn't get to update during Geekenders though. Yeah. We haven't read any more since then. That's right, because we looked at Tove Jansson's, how Tove Jansson drew Gollum, and it was very cute and weird. She was annoyed that he wasn't a girl. Yes, true. Really wanted Gollum to be a girl. Yeah, got really annoyed with the riddles. Didn't like any of the riddles, which I don't blame her for. It's like, that's fair. There are a lot of riddles that they go through, and maybe only like 2 of them are ones where I'm like, yeah, this one isn't convoluted and weird. Did you do the voice? Of course I did. Of course I did. I fully believe, now that I'm about 100 pages in to The Hobbit with a child, I fully believe there are two things that are really important if you want a kid to pay attention to this book, okay? Number one is do voices. You won't keep all of the dwarves straight. That's fine. Just pick like 3 dwarf voices. You need a specific one for Thorin Oakenshield, okay? But the rest of them, you can really just kind of like interchange voices, really. And some of you might hate that, but that's to keep my sanity and not get, 1,000 dwarves confused. It's just, I've just got a rotation of different like dwarf voices, okay? But do voices. Give everybody a voice if you can. Also, The Hobbit is a musical. The Hobbit, the book, is a musical. There are songs all the time. You might think that you have the worst voice in the world. It's so much more fun for a kid if you sing it. It's so much more fun for a kid if you just go for it. If you're like, I'm just gonna pick a tune and I'm just gonna sing this, whatever this is. Mm-hmm. Now I want to see drag a Hobbit musical. I'd love that. I'd love that. That would be very good. Anyway, yeah, do voices and sing the songs. And it'll be more fun. Who's your favorite character to voice? Gandalf. Gandalf for sure. Every time Gandalf says anything, Clark's like, this old man's weird. And I'm like, yeah. Yes. True. Bilbo just talks in my normal voice, because that felt easiest. Bilbo just talks in my normal voice. Thorin is my normal voice except deeper and more regal sounding. The dwarves are just garbage. They're just a bunch of weird garbage voices. Gandalf is old man, is my old man voice. And then Gollum. Gollum was a lot of fun. I was so jazzed for Gollum to show up. Oh, yeah. There have been a lot of... I did have to do voices for trolls, and I did have to do voices for goblins. And I'm not ashamed to say they sounded very similar. Not ashamed to say they sounded very similar. It was a lot of, oh, what's this then? What am I gonna eat? Sort of thing. There was a lot of that. Mm-hmm. It's good. You saying that just reminded me that I still haven't started listening to Six of Crows. I've mentioned multiple times that I keep trying to read Six of Crows and I cannot get through that book, but apparently the audiobook is great, and it's like a cast. So there's like 4 or 5 voice actors. And apparently it's awesome. So I'm going to try listening to it instead. I think that might make a huge difference. I pick whatever voice I think is going to be the most fun for my child. Is it going to be fun for me to be like, and then the troll said, but I really want to eat him. And then the other troll said, I'm really full. I think maybe we should just let him go. No! That's not fun. One of them going, well, I'm really hungry. Give him to me. And the other one going, no, I'm all full up. That's more fun. That's so much more fun. And then there's Bilbo going, hey, gang. Just talking as me. Hey, guys. I could really go for a nice little snuggle on my couch. Man, I miss my kettle and my cute little hobbit hole. Gee willikers. This shit sucks. And that's most of what Bilbo says in the book, if we're being real. We haven't reached Smaug. We're still trying to get away from the goblins. We just defeated Gollum in the riddle off. Gee fucking williker, guys. I could just nap for a whole day, really. Yeah. And then we meet Gollum, and I got to be like, let's go.
Hello, my preciouses. What is it you got in your pockets?
And she was like, is that how Gollum talks in the movie? I was like, oh, yes. Oh, yes. My mom bought Clark a new book that's like, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but Kate McKinnon wrote it, I guess. And it's like Ole Miss Doubleshire's book for young mad scientists. It looks very cute. So Clark's excited to read that too. I was like, we gotta get through The Hobbit first though, dude. We gotta just commit and get through The Hobbit. We were in Waterstones yesterday, and they've gone mushy mad. We remembered seeing a mushroom wax burner. Dang it. I might need to head out there. It's autumn. That's when all the mushroom shit comes out, dude. When she sees the movie, she's going to be like, he sounds just like my mom. Wow. I was looking at, I think we're doing Secret Santa this year, which I was explaining to Clark, because there are, so for those of you who haven't been with us for the years and years and years of Christmasing in this family, it was originally like, you know, fairly normal Christmas rules where you just got everybody a gift, right? And then it turned into, hey, gang, this family is getting so big. Maybe now we just get gifts for the kids. And we were like, sounds good. Keep in mind, again, I did not celebrate Christmas growing up. I have no attachment to any aspect of Christmas whatsoever. So if they were like, let's just focus on the kids, let's make it all about the kids, I was like, makes sense to me, right? So we swapped to only getting gifts for the kids in the family, none of the adults. And then this year it became, hey gang, we've officially reached the point where there are now so many kids that maybe we should once again adjust this. Maybe we should adjust this again. How does everybody feel about us doing Secret Santa? And each family gets a family and buys gifts for that family. We were like, cute. I love that. I was like, I think the kids will honestly really love that. At least I know Clark will. If it's like, hey, You know, we have your auntie and uncle and your niece and your cousins, you know, whatever. Let's try and like investigate what they would really love to get, you know, sort of a thing. And I think that'll be super fun, right? So then I was like, I've been so, I go in waves of craftiness, and I had already been up here going like, I want to make a bunch of stuff this year. And now I think I'm gonna have to make it where I just make a bunch of stuff and then send it to America. So I'm like, I don't want to break the rules, right? I don't want to make, because you could easily be like, well, fuck it, just get gifts for whoever you want to get them for. But I think if everybody in the family agrees to Secret Santa, you know, each family gets a family in the family, right? Then to go operate outside of that will make everybody else be like, but we didn't get you anything because we all agreed, right? So I don't want to do that. I gotta stick to the rules. But if I do go hog wild and want to make a thing, if I want to make a bunch of shit, I'll just send it to my mom. Just send it to my mom and be like, hi, some of this is for you. Some of it's for Sissy. Some of it's for my nieces. Please disperse accordingly. Yeah. Hello, mommy. I love you so much. Here are 20 pot holders. You know what to do. Disperse accordingly. Your coffee mug's cute. Thank you. It was sent to me. It's become one of my faves. I am, as established, I am a sipper. I was born and raised in a sipping culture, so I don't get through coffee super fast. And I've become very comfortable with reheating coffee, but typically I would do it in the microwave. Can't do that with metal cups. Can't do that with metal cups unless you're trying to start a fire. So I've had to start getting creative. I have a warmer. I do have a mug warmer. Cute, glad you like it. I do. I love it. Sam also loves it. Sam thinks metal cups are like vastly superior. I like your hair. It looks nice. Thank you. I washed it. I've got to stop having that be the punchline when somebody compliments my hair, because everybody's going to be like, so you don't wash it normally? Oh my God. I saw a post. It wound up being very wholesome, but a post was sent to me that was a parent being like, I'm really concerned about my child because she should be showering twice a day, as all teenagers should be, but she just won't do it. She won't even shower once a day. And I just don't know what to do anymore because she's yucky and disgusting. And I was like, now, keep in mind, first thing, right? Everybody sweats differently. Everybody like produces stank differently, right? So I was like, I don't know, maybe this teenager is a particularly stanky individual. I don't know. But I don't think I've ever met anybody who had an expectation at their house when they were a teenager of showering every morning and every night. That seems so insanely excessive. But this person like wrote this post like, guys, I just don't know what to do. My kid won't shower twice a day. Somebody help me. Some of you are saying that you did grow up in houses like that. Very, very different from how I grew up. And not saying that my parents were like, don't shower, kiddo. But it was like an every other day. We had an every other day shower household, right? So, and my parents were never concerned if I went an extra day and didn't shower. But I get it, you know, puberty, establishing good hygiene in your kid, whatever. It wound up being very wholesome in the end. It was very wholesome in the end. And the parent had like a very understanding conversation with the kid, talked through a bunch of like, you know, mental health stuff going on with the kid, etc. But the beginning of it threw me for such a loop. I was like, oh my goodness. 2 showers a day? That's the Jesse Cox special. Jesse's a 2 shower a day man. If I shower once a day, I don't use soap every time. Yeah, I've talked about this with friends before, because we were talking about like washing your hair, right? And I was saying that if I've bleached my hair, I wash it once a week because I don't want to be washing away the oils, the natural oils that are going to help heal the hair after it had been like bleached to shit, right? It doesn't get greasy as fast, whatever. You can feel one way or the other about that. Generally the idea is like, but rinse your hair? Sure. It's the soap, right? It's the soap that's gonna like potentially be an issue for your skin if you're constantly washing your skin with soap, if you're constantly washing your hair with soap, right? But like rinsing it, like taking a shower, washing your hair with just water, right, helps without getting rid of this, like, you know, whatever you're trying to do with your skin and your hair, etc. Climate also, I think, makes a huge difference. Climate, access to water, you know, like there's so many variables here that I think will probably adjust, and cultural feelings about like cleanliness, right? I guess there's a bunch of stuff here to contribute to whether or not you have a high expectation for being like super fucking clean all the time. Is the background music a playlist? Yes. It's all there's a huge playlist made by Game Chops called Video Game Study Lounge. We use that a lot when I don't want to like specifically curate music. I need to split my audio again. That way I can play whatever I want. But yeah, I definitely, if the brain rats are bad, I definitely have the thing where like, and I know that this is common because I've talked about it with so many people. I definitely have the thing if the brain rats are bad of like, when I need a shower, it sounds like the hardest thing in the world to do. And once I've taken a shower, I'm like, I should do this all the time. This feels great. I feel so much better. And you feel so dumb. Once you're in the shower, you're like, oh my God, I'm clean. I feel so good. Why don't I do this all the time? It's so stupid, right? Like, but if I need to take a shower, I'm like, God, I guess I'll take a fucking shower, Jesus. It's probably off topic, but can I ask for a little life update? I can't hang out much due to work and stuff. I tuned in one day and I heard a dog barking. Yeah, we have a dog now. Yeah, how far back of a life update do you need? We have a dog. I think she's coming up on 6 months old. She's great. Her name's Peach. She's primarily a Samoyed, so she's like a big fluffy white cloud dog. She's great. I love her. Clark's going to school, doing her thing. She reads and writes and does math now. It's weird. Some of the animals might be leaving the farm because my sister-in-law is probably going to be moving. So we'll have an updated animal list depending on which animals are able to relocate with her. I don't know that there's anything else that's like major, really. Is that sad? I mean, I love having her around. I think she's great, but I'm excited for her. You know, she's Sam's youngest sibling. And yeah, she's like doing the next step of her life. So I'm excited for her, but yeah, I'll miss her, of course. Will a certain goose be on the list? We're trying to figure out what's gonna happen with the geese, to be honest, because I don't think she can take the geese, but we don't want the geese. So yeah, I'm not concerned about it. My sister-in-law works in agriculture and specifically works with like hundreds of different farmers. Like, she's a boss. But if ever there was somebody who was going to be like, well, I guess I have to rehome an animal, I would not worry about her finding the right fit. She just knows so many. She knows so many people, that I think it would be fine. But yeah, if they can't go with her, we were all pretty, I think all of us were pretty much like, we don't want to deal with them anymore, dude. So we're not going to eat them. We're not going to eat them. The geese don't want to be with you, to be fair. You know? I think they'd be really bummed if it was just us. When my sister-in-law leaves, it's literally the only human they like. So, like, what's the plan, you know? This might have been me, like, reading into it too much. Peach is really good friends with the sheep. She loves the sheep. They hang out. They're besties. The geese like to chase Peach. She's too fast for them, so they can't like actually ever catch up to her. But the other day, they like kind of chased her into a corner, and she was barking at me like, I don't know how to get around the geese to get back home, right? Because they're just gonna fly at me. And one of the sheep ran over and got between Peach and the geese and like slowly walked toward the geese and like walked the geese back to the other side of the gate. And I was like, I don't know I might be over like reading into it too much, but that definitely looked like one of her little sheep buds was like, hold on, I got you. I know, it was very cute. I was like, oh, buddy, good job. She was like, come on now. Come on, get moving. Because the sheep, their like fluff is so thick that even if the geese try to peck at them, it can't reach their skin. So the sheep are not concerned about the geese at all. They're just like, all right, come on. The sheep aren't shaved right now. They get sheared every few months though. Yeah. Yeah, they were like, look, she might be a really weird sheep, but she's a sheep nonetheless. And Peach looked around and went, me? She's a really strange sheep. She makes strange noises. Do you use the wool to make clothes? So the sheep that we have, the oil content in their wool is so buck wild. Like I have to wash the wool so many times to get the oil out, which has become really frustrating. So it takes forever to get all the oil out, and then it doesn't spin well. And we talked to a couple of people and they were like, oh yeah, these types of sheep are not good for spinning wool. Great for felting wool, not good for spinning wool. So I went, okay, great. So I've used it to felt. I have not made yarn with it successfully, unfortunately. When you said spin, I thought you meant the washing machine. You know what's funny is some people swear by throwing wool in the washing machine. The problem is, depending on how it loads, if it's front load or top load, it'll felt the wool while it's trying to like wash it. So you could wind up with a situation where you've basically like wasted a bunch of wool because it gets felted in there.
Hi, Summer.
Yeah, I got the dish soap equivalent out here of Dawn. And then would do an hour topping up the water to keep it hot enough to like cut through the oil. And then let it sit in water with the soap for like 24 hours. And then would take it out and it would still feel weird and smell weird. Like, I don't mind sheep smell, but if you want to use it to make stuff, the smell can kind of tell you if there's still stuff on there, you know? And it would still like make my hands itch really bad. When it's cleaned all the way, my hands don't itch anymore. I've learned this. I've learned this. If I've cleaned it properly, my hands won't itch when I'm handling it. So if I pick it up and start trying to work with it and my hands immediately start itching, I'm like, God damn it. My stepdad knits giant boots, tosses them in the washing machine to felt them, and then they become house slippers. I love that. Anyways, I'm learning. I've only been around for 3 sheep shears now, and I experiment every time. I don't keep all of the wool. I only keep enough to experiment with because, you know, I'm not out here trying to be like, give me all the wool. I'll figure out what to do with it, you know. Lava soap or lye heavy soap would be helpful. I'll try that. Yeah, somebody made a video where they were talking about how wool is such like a huge, like wool sweaters and things are so huge in Ireland. And I was like, I haven't been to Ireland since I was 19. Part of me really wants to just go to Ireland and get like a nice wool sweater. What happens with the extra wool? It gets sold. There are enough like craftsmen out here that somebody will take it and go through the whole process of cleaning and picking it and stuff. Our big issue right now is that we're all learning, including my sister-in-law. So my sister-in-law has taken it upon herself to learn how to shear the sheep. So each time she's getting better, but we don't wind up with like clean blankets of wool, right, to work with. It's a it's a mishmash of cuts of wool, you know. I live in the sheep capital of the world area in Texas. Oh, dang. So yeah, you know some stuff. That's actually such a good idea. Somebody was mentioning like using wool to restuff toys. I don't need to do that with my kids' toys, but I really want to do that with the dog toys. Peach's favorite thing to do is to rip the stuffing out of toys, and I have to like grab it immediately because it's like polyfill. But I'm like, oh, it would be really cool actually to take these toys that she's just destroyed and patch them and restuff them with the sheep wool. She'd probably love that. Yeah, go visit Kelly, buy a sweater. Go visit Kelly, buy a nice jumper. You know. Yeah. I was trying to, Sam was like, how come she always licks my feet? And I was like, 'cause she likes stinky stuff. Dogs love stinky stuff. They love sweat smells. They love oil smells. They love, you know, it's nasty, but they love like period products, like anything that like smells like weird body stuff. They love. And he was like, "Are you saying that my feet are nasty?" I was like, "Yeah." Everyone's feet are nasty. Yes, obviously. My mom's dog loves eating used socks. Yeah. We have an issue right now where my kid will come home from school, take off her socks, and immediately just give them to the dog. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. Because now we keep winding up with socks with holes in them. And I'm like, it's not from wear and tear. It's from dog. It's from dog mouth. Stop doing that. It's rapid wear and tear. Yeah. She wants to give the dog something that the dog wants, right? And she knows that Peach loves socks. So she's like, I'm done with these socks. Peach, you might as well have them. And I'm like, no. Because guess who is the self-designated mender of the house? Me. And I don't want to keep mending holes in socks, dude. Stop. Stop this. Not wear and tear. It's woof and toof. Cute. We have Sherlock the sock merchant and Peach the sock destroyer. Maybe that's why they don't get along. Sherlock's like, that's my product. That's my merchandise. Sherlock and Peach keep having moments where it's good. Where Peach is really calm and she just comes in and she sniffs Sherlock and Sherlock doesn't immediately freak the fuck out. And they just kind of smell each other. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's always Sherlock who, because Peach doesn't know what personal space is, and that includes with the cats, right? So she'll just sit there just a little too long and Sherlock will smack the shit out of her to try and get her to go away. But for like 20 seconds, they're good. They're happy. They're having a nice time. And then Sherlock's like, all right, go away. And Peach is like, are we playing now? And then it devolves. And she thinks they're playing and he hates her and it's bad. How old is Sherlock now? He is 16-ish. We're hoping he'll be with us for another year. I don't know, though. I don't know. He's not doing amazing. But he's feisty. He's trying to fight our dog all the time, so. And Watson's just living her life. I know. You get a tattoo of your cats. There's actually a tattoo that I saw forever ago that I would love to do a version of. I saw somebody design a tattoo that was a black cat on a skateboard. But the inside of the cat was like galaxy. So it was like the black part of the cat was like the night sky, basically. And whenever somebody dies or an animal dies, with Clark, we always say like, and now they're a star, and now they're a star in the sky, and we can look in the sky and see them whenever we want, right? So I think that would be really cute to get a little black cat with like stars inside of it. Yeah. Probably not on a skateboard, though. That doesn't seem his style. Maybe we'll put a little sock next to him. I like looking at the animal through a glass tattoos. I don't think I've ever seen that. Wait, what? Oh, I've never seen these before. What? There's so many versions of this. I've never seen that before. That's so funny. Oh, forecast gray, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that. Straxbison. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you. Appreciate it. Your room looks so cozy. Thank you. I really like how it's turned out. It took a while. It took a while to get here, but it's turned out very cute. I'm happy with it. It's perfect for this time of year as well. Oh my gosh. I did the thing. Hold on. Do you want to see a cute chicken picture? Okay, so I did the thing where I bought a pumpkin and then took a grater and made like little grate lines where like an eye and a mouth would go, and put it in the chicken coop area. So here are the girls. Look, they're looking so healthy and happy. And there's the pumpkin right when I put it down. Okay, so so ready? This is what it looks like now. They destroyed it. I was like, I'm gonna have so many weird pumpkin plants popping up there next year, dude. I know. It turned out great. Yeah, it super works. If you have chickens, you should absolutely do this. It's so good. Yeah, I guess pumpkins are one of those veg that chickens could just eat all of. Like every part of it is good for them. So I was like, great. That's some enrichment, isn't it? I do not get woken up by the chickens, no. Yeah, I mean, I always make a bunch of pumpkin puree around this year, so there's gonna be plenty of pumpkin refuse for the pigs and things. Forecast, I don't think he would wind up painting it. I think he'd like it, but I don't think he would wind up painting it. How does the pumpkin puree hold up in flavor? I mean, I like it fine. I use it in like our syrups, and I use it in pumpkin pie and stuff, and it's fine. If you just get cooking pumpkins and just cook it, that's all you need to do, really. And then blend up the flesh. It cans really well. It cans super easily, so it keeps for a long time. And and then I roast the seeds. No, the rat maze, when trying to price it out, it was too much for now. But I think I can do a thing next year. How do you handle the animals during winters? I assume they live in barns during that time. None of our animals have trouble with cold. It doesn't get like really badly cold here. They all have little houses to go into if they want, with like plenty of straw and stuff. But like the sheep do not need help with the cold. Chickens are super fine with the cold. The pigs are fine if they mostly just like chill in their little house with their straw. But the area that we're in, it doesn't even really snow here most of the time. It doesn't get that far below freezing, right? Like the typical day will be like -10 maybe. It's like pretty mild, honestly. We are not self-sufficient when it comes to food at all. I really like the process of like I like canning things, I like preserving things, all of that sort of stuff. That is like really, really fun for me. My mother-in-law loves planting things. We haven't synced up super well on like what she has a surplus of. I process. We haven't gotten to that point yet. We're only on year 2. So most of the stuff, honestly, like a lot of the surplus just gets fed to the animals. The tortoises eat tons of like lettuce and things, like big leafy greens. That's their shit, you know? The pigs eat lots of stuff. The chickens eat lots of stuff. So it's not like things are going to waste. But when it comes to like preparing for winter or any of that sort of stuff, we don't do a whole lot of that yet. I want to plant a bunch of like garlic this autumn. I'd like to start like thinking forward when it comes to like gardening stuff right now, but -10 is 14 degrees Fahrenheit for freedom, people. Yes, for any of you freedomers. Did you get inspired by Stardew Valley? No, I grew up on a farm, and my dad was originally planning to homestead. So I grew up with a bunch of animals. I grew up with a nice big garden. All of that sort of stuff. He was not successful. I think that I think that there were a lot of things that like got in the way of it. And I think that you don't have to be completely self-sufficient to count as being self-sufficient at all or homesteading at all, right? Some people really try to like gatekeep homesteading as like, but you're still paying so-and-so for X, Y, and Z. It's like, shut up. Right? So, you know, my mother-in-law and I would both love to eventually produce a lot of what we eat. I think that would be amazing. Or connect with local farmers to get things that we need. That is not super doable for us right now, but it's a great future thing to want. You know, my mental health gets in the way, her mental health gets in the way, right? We're just all doing our best. And in her mind, the stuff that she's planting now is, you know, everything that she's doing out there these last couple of years is injecting new nutrients and things into the soil. So it's all like positive forward motion. Every year should be better than the last, you know. Exactly. Yeah. And it's like what I was talking about the other day, right? Like trying to engage more in like pro-social behavior, right? Like I sit around a lot and go, man, I wish that I had friends. And I'm trying now to think to myself like, okay, well, what are connections that I can make with people? What are things that I can pursue that are going to connect me with people? And I think that's one of those things, right? Is like, we can't produce everything ourselves. If that's like the dream, the goal for the future, connecting with other farmers, talking to people at the farmers market, like all of these sorts of things are going to be good moving towards that goal, even if they don't go anywhere. It's just creating like connection with the community, you know, and like all of that is positive. So, man, I wish I had friends, but also never leaves the house. Yeah. And that's a huge problem, isn't it? I've been reading so much stuff about this because it fully was like a call out for me in a good way. I actually really love when I see something or read something and go, holy shit, that's me, in like a bad way. Right? Because it offers perspective on your behavior. And I really appreciate that because it helps me like get over a weird mental hurdle most of the time. And one of the things that I've been reading about a lot is this weird, man, I hate leaving the house. Man, I'm awkward when I talk to people, right? Like people really stress me out, blah, 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 blah. But also, man, I really wish I had friends. I wish I had third spaces to go to. Where's my community? Right? Like, you have to pursue this. You have to do something to get this. This isn't going to come to you, right? So I've been thinking about that a lot. Yeah, because I think a lot of us do that. All the good things in life are locked behind working for it. That shit sucks. That's where I am now. Me too. And hey, gang, like, I think sometimes baby steps can help you get into the groove for it, right? My baby step that I decided on was that I was going to talk to people when I walked the dog. And it has been such a positive experience for me. Not saying it would be all the time, but I go on walks with Peach and I don't bring my phone. And I have now become like buddies with these two little old men that walk their dog at the same time that I walk mine. And they always say hi and they always ask how Peach is. And it's so cute. And it's like this tiny little interaction that recharges me. And it's just nice. It's like a nice little, like, I'm just going to put myself out there and say hi, right? And it wound up that I now know a little old English man with a fat Labrador. And, you know, and typically when going on like a dog walk, if someone said hi to me, I'd say hi back. But I wouldn't like put myself out there to try and like say hi to somebody necessarily. And it's wound up with a benefit that I was like, I'm just gonna say hi, you know. I get that with the checkout people at the grocery store. It's another reason I hate self-checkouts. I was thinking about this the other day, because one of the grocery stores that I go to sometimes has swapped, and it's like a big one, has swapped to entirely self-checkout. And I was like, I understand it, but also there are so many like elderly people, and I'm sure plenty of like groups of people that I'm not thinking of, but like people who really benefit from not doing self-checkout, right? Or like are overwhelmed by self-checkout. I was like, it can't all be self-checkout, can it? It can't all be self-checkout. Oh my God. Yeah. And then I went to buy my stuff, and every single thing that I bought was, I guess, like under the weight limit. So I would scan a thing, put it into the purchase thing, and it would go, someone is coming to help you. The person would come over and be like, oh, it's just, it's really light, so it doesn't register it. I was like, okay, scan the next thing, put it in there. Someone is coming to help you. I was like, I hate this. I love self-checkout most of the time, but I hate this. I hate the like, that thing you bought, I can't find it. What is it? My local town has started using the people checkout even for just 1 or 2 items. We're fighting the idea of getting rid of the people. Yeah. Yeah, right? I think it's a nice option, but I think it should be an option. I don't want it all to be self-checkout. That's like creating new inaccessibility. I don't know. No spoilers. I won't tell you anything specific. I just want you all to know that Sam and I watched the first 2 episodes of Dan to Dan without knowing anything about it. We knew literally nothing about it. The only thing that I knew about it was I read a thread that was about the gyaru styles of the girls in that show. That was the only thing that I knew about it. We watched the first 2 episodes completely blind, having no idea what the show was about, and walked away being like, what the fuck? The animation in that show is incredible, by the way. It made me want to read the manga. It's fucking weird, but I like it. But it was wild to go into that blind. Yeah. Any plans on watching the Uzumaki anime? I was going to until I saw clips from the 2nd episode. And I guess like the whole team is like really bummed out with the way that the show went, because the first episode was awesome and then they had to drop quality really hard. Yeah, so the first episode's amazing. The animation in it is incredible. It is like perfectly Junji Ito, and then it does this really bad, which is unfortunate and it blows my mind considering it was only supposed to be, what, 4 episodes? Uzumaki, yeah. I totally agree. Forecast Gray. I think that was totally unnecessary, and I didn't like that aspect of it at all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this original message so I can read it. Dodger, I used to watch you years ago. When TV passed, I moved on because it affected me a lot to see him missing. I saw you in a snack ad. I noticed your YouTube hasn't been updated in a while. Why is that? Press Heart hasn't been updated because I don't make... Originally, it was supposed to be that Press Heart was like edited videos. So like news or, you know, anything else like curated and edited that I wanted to make. And then Dex Bonus was Coffee Time, and then when I stopped Coffee Time, it became a VOD channel. I don't make curated YouTube videos anymore. We've been talking about ways to turn my streams into like semi-curated stuff. Amarielle and I have been working on that, but yeah, I haven't put anything on there in a long time. It was a combination of things. I just didn't enjoy like making the videos really anymore. Like I didn't enjoy editing. I didn't enjoy any of that part of it. But I do really like streaming. Really enjoyed streaming, so I kept streaming. And also at first it was like, well, I could occasionally put like vloggy stuff up there, like Vlogmas over Christmas, you know. But then I had my kid. And I became really concerned with like her privacy. I don't want her in a bunch of videos when she's not old enough to consent to being in a bunch of videos, you know. So, yeah, so I really struggled on how to make content for it. So I stopped. Yeah. We have joked about like what would be the best video to put up when there's been a 5-year hiatus. You're looking forward to Christmas as soon as it gets colder. Do you like to savor autumn and Halloween before looking towards Christmas? I didn't grow up with Christmas, so I don't have a whole bunch of like feelings or attachments with Christmas at all. I much more enjoy Halloween. So I try to go all in on Halloween because Halloween isn't as big of a thing here. So I get to be Halloween auntie, and try and plan like fun stuff. And I've been trying to think of like a good, like craft project sort of thing to have all the kids over for and things like that. Yeah, Sam's family's really into Christmas, so they take the lead on that, and I'm just kind of along for the ride. Yes. Oh my God. I went to the garden center and they have a bunch of Christmas stuff out. I was like, let me enjoy autumn. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. It happened so quickly. Why am I seeing advent calendars? Right? I guess the thing with advent calendars, if you want like bespoke ones, people start ordering those like now. But it's true. Christmas is where everybody makes the money. It's true. I saw a Pringles advent calendar. Now we're talking. Last year I did like an advent calendar for my kid. And it was just like cute little things each day. But I was trying to think to myself, like, if I could do it a bit differently this year. I thought about doing different art supplies each day. I think she'd love that. It's just how to package it, I guess. A Halloween advent calendar, cute. Yeah, you know, the like toxic crafter part of my brain was like, it would be so fun to make like a little, because again, I think kids really like when they can see like all of the days laid out or in the thing, you know. So I was like, oh, it would be really fun to like make her a little thing to go in each day. I don't think I can commit to that. If I knew exactly what I wanted to make for each day, maybe, but I don't even know what speculoos is, if I'm being honest with you. It's cookie butter? Oh. Interesting. Oh, when my 2020 baby had their first Christmas, because we were all quarantined and stuff, I did a different Christmas outfit every day as a family advent calendar, and it raised spirits at the time. That's so cute. That's very cute. Clark has, when my in-laws moved to be on the farm with us, they used to live in a huge house, and they had like a little plastic tree that they would put in the playroom. and then cover it with ornaments made by their kids. So like Sam and his siblings. So ornaments from forever ago, right? It's very cute. So when they moved, they were like, would Clark like to have this little plastic tree in her room during December, because she gets very scared of the dark. And so they thought like it would be like a fun nightlight basically for December. And I was like, I think that's a great idea. So part of me was like, it might be fun to have like a different ornament each day as the advent calendar, and she can add an ornament onto her tree each day. If they are like ornaments I would have to buy, I think that would be overkill. But ornaments to make could be fun. Yeah. Believe me, we make loads of stuff. So much stuff. My kid's really into perlers, hammer beads is what they call them here. She's really into perler beads right now. So I was like, oh, it would be fun to like make an ornament out of hammer beads since she loves them so much. Yeah, the things you iron. Garlands are always fun too. Oddly enough, we've made more Halloween garlands than we've made Christmas garlands. Because it's fun. You can just like grab a bunch of acorns. Not acorns. What am I thinking of? Not acorns, but you can just grab a bunch of shit from outside and just like make a garland with it, and it's fun. Pine cones, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Pine corns. Yeah, pine corns. One of my professors in college used to take pine cones and like cover them in this cinnamon mixture, and they were like potpourri basically. I have no idea how she did that, but it always smelled amazing in her office. I was impressed with an acorn garland. Also love doing stuff with acorns, just not garlands. Michael's sells scented pine cones. We don't have Michael's out here though. DIY scented pine cones. Let's see what this person says you do. I'm very curious. I'm gonna guess, I haven't scrolled all the way down yet. I'm gonna guess that it's you toss a bunch of pine cones with essential oils. I'm gonna guess that that's what this is gonna boil down to. Maybe throw a cinnamon stick in there. We'll see. Hold on. Here we go. I'm scrolling. Put your pine cones in a pot filled with water. Add cinnamon sticks, essential oils, and cover with water. Oh my God. You can shop my favorite essential oils here. Cover them, boil them for 5 to 10 minutes. Turn off the heat. Let them sit with the cover on for 2 hours. Remove them. Let them drip dry. If you want the scent to be stronger, infuse the pine cones with more essential oils. Put them in a paper or gallon Ziploc bag. Drop 10 to 20 more drops in. Gently shake them, seal them up, and let them soak for several days. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew, and add essential oils. I have an not old, but I bought like a Christmas scent, quote, quote, oil thing a couple of years ago. We went to a like a Christmas fair, and there was somebody who was selling these like wood stars, and they smelled amazing, and it came with like oil to like refresh the scent, basically. I need to look for that. And then boil some pine cones, dude. We'll see if it works. I'll try it for you. And then make an acorn garland. Yeah, exactly. Ba 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 ba. I don't know. Is it out of sync? A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y. Why is it sometimes why? I don't know. I was wondering this just yesterday because we were going over like literacy homework for my kid, and I mentioned vowels, and she was like, I don't think I've learned what vowels are. And I was like, oh, it's... And I realized I didn't know how to explain. Like, you can say, oh, it's these letters. But I was like, surely there's a way to explain, and I could look it up. I just haven't yet. But like, surely there's a way to explain like why something is a vowel sound versus a consonant sound, right? Like something that has like a plosive aspect to it, but like that's not going to make any sense to a 6-year-old. So I was like, I don't know how to explain this to a 6-year-old. I guess that's why people are paid to teach you, because they know how to explain that shit. A speech sound made without significant constriction of the flow of air from the lungs. What? Syllabic speech sound pronounced without any structure in the vocal tract. not 6-year-old friendly. Sounds that don't require mouth things, touching other mouth things. That's a good one. Also, somebody said they're sounds that you make when you're surprised. Ah, ee, ooh, which is very good. That's really funny. Why? But I did learn the term CVC. A CVC word is like a consonant vowel consonant word. It's like the first words that you learn how to read as a baboo. A CVC word. Hat, cat, bog. Maybe not bog, but you know. Mom, sure. Mom, dad. Why did you do bog before dog? Because I thought it was funny. My kids' teachers just started sending stuff home talking about CVC, and I had to ask. I felt big dumb. I didn't know what it was either. I also had to have it. I don't think you were alone in needing that explained. I sang the Conjunction Junction song to my kid. I was like, we should look up this video because I will never forget that and, but, and or are conjunctions ever because this song is such an earworm. Sometimes music helps. Let me show you an ancient meme. Ah, my child. Let me show you the ancient magics. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Working up was making them something. I don't know. I was showing it to my friend in Australia and they were like, what is this? Oh my gosh. There you go. That's Conjunction Junction. For those of you who are like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What was Clark's response? She hasn't heard the actual song. I sang her Conjunction Junction, what's your function? I got and button or. Those are the only parts that I sang to her. And I was like, you should listen to the Conjunction Junction song. You'd love it. And that was it. It was bedtime. So I wasn't going to play a song at bedtime. Conjunction Junction, what's your function? Too hype for bedtime. It's true. Much like Twisted Sister, which we also found out last night, too hype for bedtime. One of the curated lists on Spotify Kids is called Old School Rock. And she discovered Twisted Sister through that and listened to a bunch of Twisted Sister songs. And I was like, I think maybe this isn't good bedtime music. And she was like, it's not. It's not. Conjunction Junction, what's your function? I was super into Elvis when I was in the single digits. Cute. I can't go to bed now. I want to rock. Oh my gosh. She stumbled onto some of the Beatles as well. And was like, I'm confused. I didn't know that the Beatles made music. And I was like, what do you mean? What did you think that they did? She was like, I don't know. So she knew the Beatles existed, but she didn't know that they made music, which I find really fascinating. Yeah, she's like, these guys aren't Beatles at all. It's like, I've been lied to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would know. I've brought many a bug back to life, and this is not a beetle. These are all human men. Disgusting. Yeah, now's the time to catch up on Deadbeats. If you were enjoying Deadbeats before and you've wanted to catch up, we've been on hiatus for over a month now, I think. Brett explained he's only doing pre-recorded shows now. Mm-hmm. Yep. He talked to us about that a while ago. No, we haven't decided on a time to record yet. Good morning from Texas in all caps. Good morning. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that the episodes will still be streamed, but they will be pre-recorded. Brett is doing a lot of like producing of like materials now. You know, like books and modules and et cetera, et cetera. And I think he's really enjoying that and wants to put more of a focus on that. And so a way that he can do that while still doing the shows and, you know, having fun with everybody and running games is to pre-record them so that he isn't like running games constantly while making this other stuff. So yeah, so it eliminates some elements that can make live D&D hard as well, which again, I'm not trying to put words into Brett's mouth. I don't know exactly what he said when he talked about it, but like, you know, if he makes a ruling on something, sometimes chat explodes into people being like, "Wait, that's not how that works," right? And then everyone has to be like, "Go to the Discord, talk about it in the Discord." If it's all pre-recorded, it's like, "Well, that's the ruling that was made. It's already done," right? Like you can fix it for the future, or better yet, it's not a big deal to stop to be like, wait a sec, I'm actually not totally sure what this rule is. Let's pause, right? We'll take 10 minutes. I'll double check some stuff. You guys go grab a drink, right? Like stuff that kind of messes with the pacing when it's live becomes not a big deal if it's pre-recorded and can be edited. He doesn't have to worry about audio, people being late, stream dropping. Yeah. Somebody can't make it, you know, on that particular day. Like, yeah. Just takes a lot of the stressors out. What's my favorite D&D campaign that I've been in? I loved Misdemeanor. I loved Godforged. Those have probably been my two favorites. I'm trying to think. Misdemeanor, I was in from beginning to end. I find that it is extremely satisfying to finish a campaign, which might seem obvious, but like a lot of campaigns don't get finished. You know, a lot of them don't end. Misdemeanor, I think, had a great run and a great end, and I was really attached to my character and everybody else's characters. I thought it was so fun. Godforged was such a blast. It was such like classic fantasy D&D, I think. And I loved playing Fabia. Yeah, I think those would, and it might be because those were both very recent, but I think those would be my two faves. Oh, okay, forecast. I will. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty common to ignore material components on things. Joe's games, I think, are the only ones where material components have ever mattered to a DM that I've had. They've been like, "Do you have this? Do you have that?" I think normally it's sort of in the middle where it's like most spells, I don't give a shit if you have a bat wing to do this spell, right? But I do give a shit if you have a diamond worth 500 gold to resurrect somebody, you know? Like I think sometimes there's a separation of like big boy spells that cost something because they're big boy spells versus like, do you have some dust in your pocket to do this random, you know, thing? Oh my gosh, it's 15 after. I have to get going. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, gang. I appreciate it. We've got, speaking of Joe's games, we've got Sunforged tonight. If you'd like to watch it, that's on twitch.tv/JoeFudge. He's lovely. He's a great DM. It's a good group of people. I will be here tomorrow for our normal stream. Summer and I are going to be playing a horror something this week. I don't know when. I don't know when exactly, but it's fine. A horror something, yeah. Well, we were gonna do Grun, but we might be doing a different one. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. It's fine. I'm opening up Raid Leader if anybody wants to grab that. And Fedori, thank you for the 57 months. Endeavor for the 89. Ryu for the 5 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. Dorlugas for the 84. Happy 7 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. X-Event, thank you for the 96. Happy 8 years. Happy anniversary. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Kitten, thank you for the 47. Tatters for the 58. Demon Lemming for the 122. Wild. Ivan for the 62. Straxpazin. I'm not sure exactly how that's supposed to be pronounced, but thank you so much. And welcome to the Cat Gang. I hope you had fun with us. Jay Pretorius, thank you for the 82. Anya for the 57. Oh, hey, beautiful for the 21. Awesome Lepossum for the 66. And Torgrick for the 96. Thank you guys so much. Happy 8 years. Joy Eileen. Let's see. I suddenly have to pee so bad. What perfect timing for me to run away. Joy is playing Planet Crafter. Sick. Oh, it was a double redeem. Uh-oh. Oh no. Hold on. Let me scroll up. Who was first? Tana was first. I'm sorry. But if you want to go see the True Heart, I'll give your points back. Joy Eileen is playing Planet Crafter. Looks like it's very cozy over there. Tana redeemed it first, so we'll send you to Kelly. Is it all one word? God. Really? Oh my God, it is. It is all one word. What the heck? All right. Go say hi, spread love and joy. Sunforged happens at 8:30 p.m. England time, which is 12:30 early afternoon Pacific time, if that helps. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.